Heidi in the middle, look in the middle.
Here we go, wow. Here we go, Kat.
Kat, right here.
Here we go, Kat.
Kat, can you jump in the air?
Oh, let's get that.
Okay, I brought some friends.
I said Coco, here we go.
Cocoa with ice.
Can I get both of you right here? Zach right here. Zach right down the middle for help.
And what, straight out this way?
Straight ahead in front of you, Winnie.
Winnie, straight out this way.
Winnie, right here.
Straight out this way.
Look straight ahead, thank you.
And right here for you. One more.
Both of you looking straight ahead of you. Perfect. Straight ahead of you. Look this way.
Will he make it? Will he make it, doctor?
He's alive! He's alive! Jordan, we need to see your face.
Birthday present. As Billy Caldwell turns 13 today, the Home Secretary announced victory for him, his mum and fellow campaigners. GPs up and down the country will now be able to prescribe medicinal cannabis.
Everything that we've been campaigning for this last number of years has now at last it's here, and it's in our country, not just for Billy but for all the other families who desperately need this medicine.
There was public outcry at the sight of Charlotte Caldwell returning from Canada with medicinal cannabis, only to have it confiscated.
Billy has to have that medicine. He has to get his medicine.
When Billy deteriorated, deprived of his medicine, the government relented. At first, individuals were allowed medicinal cannabis if approved by a special panel. But in recent weeks, the case for full-on legalisation was boosted with the government's own drug advisors backing medicinal cannabis. Today, the Home Office moved.
It became very clear to me and to the Home Secretary that the rules and processes that have stood in place for 40 years feel out of date and are causing unnecessary suffering.
The status of cannabis will now be changed. It had been judged to have no therapeutic value, but its use was allowed for research. But now doctors will be able to prescribe medicinal cannabis provided products meet safety standards. Regulatory bodies will define what constitutes a cannabis-derived medicinal product, and doctors will start to prescribe these products in the autumn. Campaigners tonight welcomed the government's move, but raised fears the types of medicinal cannabis approved will be so narrowly defined, many patients will still go without. But for now, Billy Caldwell starts his teenage years able to get his medicine from a senior doctor, not a customs official.
Company in Britain is calling for rules on gas exploration to be relaxed, despite a string of earthquakes resulting from its drilling activities. Operations resumed early this month after a 7-year ban over safety concerns. Polly Boyko has been recapping what's been seen.
What happens when a company's just been given the right to start shale gas extraction, but tiny earthquakes keep getting in the way? That's the situation in Lancashire in the north of England, where energy company Quadrilla, after months of legal wrangling and protests,
We said no! We said no!
started commercial exploratory fracking 2 weeks ago. Since then, there have already been 2 so-called microseismic events. Microseismic enough to halt drilling.